Thanks for the introduction, Nathan. I'm David, CEO and co-founder of eTaskr, the world's first task marketplace for enterprise. The way we work hasn't been innovated since the Industrial Revolution. We work in silos that are separated by the wall. This obstructs our visibility and it limits our available work and available staff to only our silo. eTaskr is the solution. It is the world's first internal and private task marketplace for enterprise organizations. We've seen the proliferation in the outsourcing space where they've knocked down walls and helped people to connect that need each other. With eTaskr, you can post your task internally to your entire organization. You can browse the task board or look at the recommended task box that sends matched tasks to you via notifications. Upon task completion, a review is done of both the poster and the tasker. Moreover, eTaskr intuitively matches the right tasks to the right people. And what happens when you introduce marketplace dynamics into an internal organization? Well, much the same as marketplaces operate in stock exchanges and with real estate, goods, services, etc. It's a load balancer that effectively and efficiently distributes the workload across the enterprise organization. That enables a platform for your employees to connect and collaborate around work, not just a social network. This uncovers the potential of your workforce because we just discovered that Larry, the finance whipping boy, actually has amazing graphic design skills because he went out and grabbed a graphic design task. And with our review play, what we were trying to create is a data-driven platform to make true data-driven HR decisions for the first time. This is our landscape that we're operating in, and we are amazed that no one has attempted this. There are employee scheduling softwares from all the legacy software providers in the enterprise space. And what they do is they plug the jobs in, and then they plug the people in, and managers allocate those tasks to the people. In the short-term space, we have seen so much social proof, both from our previous lives as corporates. We've seen whiteboards. We heard of something really sophisticated sounding called the Time Marketplace at PricewaterhouseCoopers, which was a giant wall of post-it notes. And what we're doing is we're trying to digitize that and flatten out companies so that companies can work more intelligently. The potential here to boost worker engagement, reduce the cost of turnover, and increase more effective job fit can overturn the huge cost of these things to companies. Moreover, knocking down walls and allowing people to find work outside of their own silos can result in a huge and dramatic productivity increase. Therefore, with this new and untold value proposition, we think we have a very profitable business model with SaaS subscription. In 12 weeks, we have built an MVP to make a national rollout of 5,000 seats for KPMG. Coming from the enterprise space, we used that to start conversations with Deloitte to find out if they were interested. And oh boy, are they interested. They tied us up with an NDA, and we are now talking about them becoming our integration and consultancy partners. We have ex-consultant background, an ex-lawyer background, an ex-product developer background, but most importantly, we have a history of executing enterprise innovation internally. This is our execution strategy. We are going after where the pain is greatest. Right now, that is the biggest and most global time-charging organizations. That's why we are working with a company like Deloitte. We hope to implement, successfully create these incredible outcomes that we're theorizing, and then use them to evangelize our product throughout the different product markets. We're seeking $500,000 as a seed round, and we think we have all the ingredients for a recipe for something to finally disrupt the way we work and adapt it to how we should work today. Thank you. I'm David Chung, this is Pat Owens in the blue shirt, and we'd love to talk to you afterwards. Cheers.
Well, this is either the craziest thing or you might be onto something, right? Tell me who you think you're normally going to be selling to, and what do you think is going to be their biggest objection?
So in the early adopter space, because this is quite disruptive, we are talking to the C-suite. Fortunately, we've been connected and right into the C-suite in major companies, and they have bought into it. Eventually, when we launch it, will be a SaaS product offering with the consumerized buy on the website. So for teams that are looking to connect with other teams that have similar skill sets, or SMEs and more, boutique type design agencies, they can buy straight off the website. For the larger companies, we're just going to use it like every other enterprise SaaS company and use it as a lead generator, and then send in a sales team and hopefully convert to the enterprise subscription deals.
What do you anticipate their biggest objection would be before you sell to them? What's the typical biggest sticking point before they buy?
The biggest sticking point, I guess, is how to integrate it and how to run it, because we have one core measure of success, and that's adoption. The more people that use it, the more powerful it will be. So all we want to do is increase adoption.
So what you're saying to me is that everyone who sees this is, oh, I want it, but integration might be hard. They're not saying, well, this is why I won't want this. You're not hearing any of that type of objection.
The only objections that we have heard are from HR, who think that this will replace them. And all we tell them is that this is actually breaking down walls so people can connect more in the company, therefore their roles and jobs will become more relevant.
So, as you're aware, there are a lot of legacy systems floating around between SuccessFactors and Taleo and Saba software. A lot of HR-related systems. And then Yammer and Jive, I think, they're really trying to make inroads. And I think Jive's biggest challenge is sales cycle length and integration.
Yeah.
So my question is, how do you think you'd respond to their emulating or mimicking what you're doing, and how do you go about being defensible?
So half of the play, other than breaking down walls and connecting people, is to build up the data. Upon every task that's completed, you'll be reviewed, and that adds data to your profile. So the more data we collect, the bigger the moat we create around that particular client. We've already started discussions with Salesforce, with Yammer, and we are talking about integration options there, about how that might plug in to add that virality element. We've already baked in virality elements into our own products, but if we can extend that to the catch-alls like Yammer and Jive and things like that, that extends our reach so much more. So we're actually trying to work with them rather than create a defensible business. The moat play with data is, I guess, our kind of trade secret at the moment with Deloitte. So the more data that we collect for them, the more that they're stuck with us, and we hope to do the same thing with every other company and every other product segment.
Any last questions? Thanks very much, Dave.
Thanks.
Cheers.